Hey guys, First Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about the easiest tactical build in Space Marine 2 Patch 12 to push into max difficulty. Now in this build, I will be using the Melter Rifle. I think this gun is very underrated on the tactical for both Tyranids and Chaos, mainly because it gives them access to both healing and armor regen built into his primary weapon. The tactical is a very squishy class, so having the option to use rapid health that can put you over 30% HP for killing 7 enemies in rapid succession, that can take you out of one-shot thresholds, so really good for that. And the perk here, Trick Shot, killing 5 enemies with one shot, restoring 1 armor segment with a cooldown of 30 seconds. This perk is super valuable on him because the Melter Rifle will one-shot Zangors, it will one-shot Hormigons, it will also definitely one-shot the Cultists, and getting armor regen on this class especially is super valuable. Now, the first perk you take in this tree is Decisive Reload. Performing a finisher on a Majoris or higher enemy with this weapon restores ammo by 1. The tactical actually has a very easy time with the ammo economy because we do have the perk Emperor's Vengeance, which is why I do wind up taking the range variant, because having that extra damage fall off is super strong on this option here, which is why I pretty much always pick this up after like patch 9 when they buffed it, and this perk can help your ammo economy even further. Next perk here is Great Might. Damage increases by 10% against Terminus level enemies. The rest of the Melter Rifle tree is pretty boring, I'm not gonna lie, because first we have the perk Divine Might for a flat 10% damage increase, then we have Extended Magazine, and then we go into the perk here First Shot, and then we grab the perk here Retaliation, which is a 25% damage increase after a perfect dodge, and the final perk is just a fire rate increase. So pretty good, but pretty boring effects, which is why I pretty much always go down this tree. And the bottom one, it's not like god awful, but the damage here is a bit better in my opinion. That's pretty much all there is for the Melter Rifle. Now for the secondary weapon, I do take the Rate of Fire Plasma Pistol, because one of the benefits of the Melter Rifle is you can kind of get like the maximum value from this gun while you take Plasma Boost, because balance distribution does buff up your damage, but the damage of the Melta is really not as important as the Stagger and Horde Clear, because most of your damage and nuking potential on the tactical actually comes from your Auspex scan on top of weapons like the Power Gladius or your Plasma Pistol with Plasma Boost. When plasma weapons are 30% overheated, their damage increases by 40% and their charge shots use 1 less energy. When you get a 50% damage taken debuff from a perfect parry on a boss or an Extremis, and you combine that with your Plasma Pistol here in an Auspex scan, you will do a ridiculous amount of damage to bosses, even on absolute difficulty and hard strats, so a really good combo there. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, the damage taken debuff, I do have a full video on defense types that I'll put like a link to in the description, because that'll explain it there. Now, Plasma Boost is very strong on its own, but with the Rate of Fire Plasma, you really get a ridiculous DPS, because the Rate of Fire stat here, this will increase the charge shot speed of your weapon, and we further increase that in the perk tree with perks like Perpetual Velocity. Now, the rest of the perk tree is purely built around ammo economy, because this gun is incredibly ammo inefficient even with Plasma Boost, so having perks like Plasma Collection and Efficient Charge, these will make your life significantly easier, and they also build right into perks you want anyways, like the aforementioned Perpetual Velocity here, and Divine Might for a 10% damage increase, and even more ammo reserves with stuff like Plasma Collection. And that's pretty much all there is for the secondary option here. Now, for your melee weapon, you have a couple options. You could take the Argent Edge. This is by far the safest option, in my opinion. This weapon will interrupt any enemy on their combo on the first parry, no matter what, for a gun strike. That makes it the safest weapon in the entire game of any fencing variant, and on top of that, the perk here, Scathing Retort, will give you damage on every single parry, but keep in mind, your parry window is a little bit smaller on this. It feels far closer to block weapons. You have to like press the parry button as the attack actually hits you, far more like a normal fencing weapon. So if you're less comfortable with that, you could take like a fencing chainsword instead. That is up to you, but for the most part, if you can get past that like shorter parry window, this one's definitely a better option. Now, the Power Gladius is a god tier weapon for boss nuking, because the perk effect here, Agile Strike, after a perfect dodge, the next melee attack deals 100% more damage and can be stacked up to 3 times. If you combine this with an Auspex scan on the Shadow Stab, you can just straight up one-shot bosses sometimes. Really strong option for tactical because of that. And on top of that, there is also a hidden perk effect here that the damage bonus will linger 1 second after the initial attack, so it's even better than it sounds initially. Now, on the Power Gladius, I would set it up this way on the perk tree. First, I take the perk here, Perpetual Strength, into the perk here, Kinetic Energy. Then I grab Perpetual Strength again, and then I move here into the perk Heavy Onslaught for 15% more heavy attack damage. This perk will also affect your Shadow Stab perk here as well, so it's even better than it sounds initially. And the next perk here is Ruling Blow, up into the perk Tide of Battle, and then you can either pick up the perk Shoulder Bash, or skip over this for Perpetual Strength for even more damage, and either way, I would always pick up the final perk here, which is Terminus Slayer, because boss damage, that is why you take the Power Gladius to begin with. Now for the Argent Edge, I do set this one up a bit differently from the Power Gladius, mainly because we go down the top tree first for Armored Strength into the perk here, Sharp Impact. Right and left Skull Crusher AoE radius increases by 50%. This weapon only has a 3+ speed versus the 7+ speed of a Power Gladius, and because of that, we are not triggering as many options for kinetic energy here, because this requires multiple consecutive heavy attacks, and that just does not happen as often, even in hordes, as it does on the Power Gladius. For this version, I think the AoE radius and not them around is a bit better. Next perk here is Perpetual Strength and Perpetual Strength once again, and then I pick up the perk here, Heavy Onslaught again, though alternatively you could pick up Combined Onslaught on this one, and the final perks are Reeling Blow into the perk Tide of Battle, and then I pick up Shoulder Bash once again, and the final perk is up to you, Terminus Slayer or Extremis Slayer, depending what damage type you want more, and that's pretty much all there is for the weapon setup. Now for the Tacticals perk tree, I do take the perk Plasma Boost first for the reasons I previously mentioned, then I move here into the perk Heightened Vigor. After a perfect time parry, block, or dodge, you deal 10% more melee and gun strike damage, do not lose control from heavy hits, and cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. This is just the easiest perk option here because getting stun locked is a huge issue for a lot of players, but I will say if you feel more comfortable, you can take Relentless Pursuit, or you could even take Versatility. Both of these will buff up your range damage quite a bit for both the Power Gladius and Argent Edge options because both of them get gun strikes quite often. So if you want to do this and you're more comfortable with that, you definitely can. Next perk here is Emperor's Vengeance. Killing a Majoris or higher enemy restores your primary weapon's ammo by 1 magazine, cannot exceed maximum ammo capacity, the cooldown is 30 seconds. Now, this perk just solves the ammo economy of your Melter Rifle entirely, though I will say, if you are playing with a team, if you are finding ammo boxes properly, you might not need this for like your Melter Rifle at all. You could take Emperor's Judgment instead, because this one does automatically reload your ranged weapon, and having that on a Melter Rifle is pretty useful because the Melter Rifle has a 5 business day reload speed, but that is up to you. Next perk here is Secure Stockpile. Equipment charge restored by 1 for all team members. Cooldown is 60 seconds. This is a 60-second cooldown for equipment for your entire team. That is incredible. Even if it's just like a frag grenade or a shock grenade, even just cracks, even if you just completely ignore Melt-A-Bombs as an option at all, this is still the best team perk in the entire game, in my opinion. It is ridiculous how much damage this actually puts out. It is a value generation machine and has not been nerfed since they made it like a perk effect in the first place, so definitely grab this for like any top tier build. Next perk here is Vital Data. Scanning Extremis or Terminus level enemy restores Auspex chance charge by 50%. This is an incredible perk effect because it just gives you more Auspexes versus the enemies you want to kill the most, which are Extremis and Terminus. And the base cooldown of an Auspex in this game is 90 seconds, or like 90.9 seconds anyways, so this one is really valuable on the tactical class. Next perk combo here is Precise Calibration and Concentrate Fire. This will give you a 195% damage bonus on your Auspex, but they will lose the mark if they leave the scanned area. That is harder to use for some players, so if you are less comfortable with that, an easier option could be building into expert timing with things like priority targeting and battle focus even, or just precise calibration. These are easier to use. You will lose like a bit of radius on this, but the damage buff here is still quite substantial, and even though Concentrated Fire is better in my opinion, this one's easier to pull off. So if you want to use this perk combo, you definitely can. That is up to you. Now, this perk will also make it so your Auspex scan zone lasts 60% longer, so it's more value on top of that. And if you really don't want precise calibration, you could pick Battle Focus. This is also a very strong perk, but keep in mind, Battle Focus will not apply any other Auspex damage bonuses. This only applies a base Auspex on parry or block. The final perk here for the signature tree is Radiating Impact. A melee finisher additionally deals significant AoE damage in a 10-meter radius. The cooldown is 90 seconds. This will one-shot Majoris on absolute difficulty. It'll also do significant damage to Extremis and even bosses. This is such a clutch perk. It's kind of ridiculous how much this actually overperforms. It may not sound that good initially, but a 10-meter radius explosion in like a desperate situation can just straight up save your life, so I would definitely pick this up all the time, and it's by far the best of signature options at the moment. Now, for the Prestige perk tree, I do take Acuity first. I'm using like a bolter weapon, but for this build, you probably just want to grab Skill Supplier into the perk here Resilience, Fortitude, and then your choice of Spare Power or like Second Look. These are all up to you, but you know, we don't actually have a headshot multiplier on this build, so you have to skip over this perk. And that's pretty much all there is for this build guide. And hopefully this build guide helped you. The Melter Rifle is a pretty strong weapon on this class. I really do not see a lot of people mention this thing on the tactical anymore, but it's still a good option. It was a great perk tree. When you put down a Precise Calibration and Concentrate Fire Auspex and just start blasting into a horde, you will kill a ton of guys with this and your Plasma Pistol. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And if you want to watch me live to ask me questions about the game or just come hang out, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description alongside a link to my community Discord. And as always, guys, take it easy. Thanks for watching. Bye.
At least they did not separate us.
There it is. Okay.
Identify source of character power surges. The entire relay is teeming with the energies of the war.
My site for the 40K musical is 40K musical.
Nothing but weak magics in a gilded fortress. Sensor scout. Thousand. I lost count. Replenished and ready.
Alright, there we go.
We are too late to aid this astropath. Let
That
us
actually
bring
gave
out
us...
its misery.
That was actually a pretty mean boss fight if we didn't get the radiant impact off in the beginning. They gave us 2 melee terminators in that one. That's pretty dangerous for a tactical. You're quite squishy. Argent Edge, just that gun.
Walkway clear.
I mean knife.
See you, champion in the ether. Approach and binge upon their suffering.
Let's go grab this guy.
The astropath is communing with something, calling to it. The grenades and chainsaws were made for this kind of obscenity. Cannot penetrate those accursed fortifications. Render those altars inert and their barrier.
Okay. Melee term missile. Cool, I guess. Oh, I don't know right through that. Oh, 2 shots didn't do it? Oh, whack. Okay, I stole the hard stratagem. I did post a weekly video where I stole that, yes. It was on a incredibly OP build, but that was kind of the point. Ow.
Ultra eliminated. To your worthless god.
Wow, literally no startup on that one. Love it. I didn't even get a red. A lot of rubrics. For the melter rifle, we can definitely overperform.
Seize the altar. Re-engage the altar, brothers. We massacred the thousand
Okay.
sons. Replenished and ready.
I do think melt attack is so underrated in this game. Which video was the hard stratagem solo? The video where I showed a guide to the hard stratagem. So this weekly? This weekly's not even that hard. Annoying.
I was wrong to expect a better fight from a sniveling backstabber. Enemy power structure destabilized.
Alright. Bang.
So many.
Alright, Zangors. I love Zangor spam.
Magazine out. Magazine in. Shatter the spear of that Zango.
If I could find a crack grenade, that would be lovely, but I mean, we'll take what we can get.
The altar is the king. Swapping out magazine.
Release the Doctor Doom armor? Yeah, I can't believe you guys kept calling that Doctor Doom.
Barrier has fallen.
Especially since most of you guys are like big 40k fans, you're just trolling me. You know it's Deathwing. Not this armor, but the other one I showed. God.
Magazine out. Magazine in.
I wasn't giving me the generator portion on this. I prefer not dealing with that. Give me the Astropath one. That's preferable.
Do not fear.
So far, it seems that patch 12 is gonna be even bigger. Patch 13 is even bigger than patch 12.
Objective remains.
Progression updates, siege overhaul, training arena, new map, new weapons, new cosmetic. Probably not. New classes tend to be the biggest for any horde shooter.
Brothers, rally towards that warp energy surge.
That Marine also had a lot more hype behind it.
Company is already lost. We are its last pathetic cast. Trust our bonds, brothers, not these desperate vocal tricks. Prioritize that astropathic distraction.
You will never leave this place.
How do you the dashy charge knife attacks? Just the shoulder bash perk. It's just the shoulder bash perk. How goes it in chat? What's up, Launchbox? Going pretty well.
Something has answered the corrupted.
Been away from the game for a while. What do you think of the tech marine, the new op? The new op was pretty lame. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's cool, but like, it doesn't like, it's not really care to replay.
That retractable bridge has a degenerated. Locate power
alright.
cells, brothers.
Top row or bottom row Inferno? Bottom row is way better in my opinion. I've taken the top row before. It's not like horrific. I just buried that. Never mind. Oh, that was a waste of impact. Give that guy time.
Locate a power cell and restore the generator pumps.
Probably should have thrown that shock after, huh? After I jumped down. Maybe not at my feet. I hate this portion of this map. It's the only part I don't like. It's this and the eyeball part when it gives it to you. Just by yourself. Kind of sucks to do the generator portion.
I have a power cell.
Oh, please no. I'll just one guy.
This power cell should work.
I'll go plant this. I'll go wrap around to the ammo box.
I shall repower the generator.
I just want to get the generator done, please. Is that too much to ask? Godzilla's approaching the generator. Yeah, that's an old meme. An old Angry Joe meme. What's the dodge window for those stupid Terminator missiles? I mean, they're actually very easy to dodge. Which ones are you talking about, though? You can even dodge them at point blank. You gotta kind of like dodge them like slightly last second. This takes a bit of practice. It's kind of hard to like... You could probably show the actual timing of it on video, but it's really not that hard to figure out, I don't think. Okay.
Never turn down fresh ammunition.
You're not familiar with Celestial Lions? They are the greatest Imperial Fist successor. You should be familiar with them. Alright, where's the last one? It's gotta be in like in one of these hidey holes.
Locate a power cell and restore the generator, brothers.
Yep, here it is. Finally.
This power cell should work. Shred the abomination. Silence the one who calls for help. Our way forward is ready now, brothers. The corrupted astropath is defenseless. Time to end this.
I can't be bothered. Oh, that's actually one of the most dangerous attacks in the whole game. Those storm bolters, those put out ridiculous. Ow, 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 my ass. Alright, I'm just gonna do that.
Take more than that. Sensor scan.
Those are very dangerous. Storm bolters actually hit like a fucking truck in this game. Like a bitch. Chinese burger is true.
If the psychers have brought forth some
Wrong map for a Jake Sully rant. That's true. There's no Xenos here. Unless you count the Zangors, but like they're just beastmen. I'm sure the After Militarum would mistake a Zangor for a Xenos at least once.
Auspex ready to scan.
Hello, FTG's heroic hammer good for the assault dash build? I mean, you can use it. I don't think the heroic hammer is that good in general. It's one of the weaker options in the game at the moment.
Got the gear.
It's okay. It's not like god awful. It's the best fencing hammer, but why would you ever use fencing hammer?
Clear the path.
Best heavy weapon across all factions for both factions and hard strats and ops.
Hunt through that
Probably heroic heavy bolter. Heavy plasma multi-melter probably. Even without the double shot. Heavy plasma's good too. Not hard to go wrong with any of them.
Attack that beast, brothers.
Heavy doesn't lack for good options and weapons.
Press the assault. Unleash your wrath. flame.
Oh, I can't actually shoot that range at all. Why'd I even try to do that?
Floods my eyes and ears. Magazine out! Magazine! Is the hellspawn withdrawing from the fight? These attempts to take us with it. Our space cannot identify our position. Caution. Atmospheric conditions are caustic. Hurry, brothers. Find an exit. Is that a pool of light? I am free from that madness. That beast will know my wrath. Start lopping off those limbs. Shatter the spear of that dragon.
Oh, that hit him. Damn.
My wrath defeats you.
Oh, you went in rage, of course.
Demonic beast's limbs must be severed.
Orion passing into tier 1. Thank you, Orion. God.
The tentacles
Dude.
are neutralized. Unleash on the deep.
Right off the disco ball, eh?
Stay away from the beams and stay alive, brothers.
I don't wanna waste the shots right now. At least we're out of Zangors. No more of those guys this fight. Alright, lunge at me and shit. You know how you be. Ow. Maybe a mistake. That may have been a mistake, chat. Oh, that's actually rude.
Get clear of the spikes.
I would rather an armor box in there. We can just do this now. Sort of Sim's kind of OP. When you're that low HP, you're pretty much always guaranteed to get a Sim, but if you have no armor, you can also... Ow. Alright, that's just rude. I can still do this. No. Okay.
The creature is protecting itself. Save your
Wait, it's actually... Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry, my mistake. I thought it was sort of Sim and surely wear off by then. Of course not. That would be balanced.
Cut the contents off from the vortex beast. This creature made for fine target practice. Replenished and ready. Hellspawn, destroy it. Enter armed and active.
Where's this post of greatness? Actually, we got him.
Magazine in.
I think that's it. The damage is substantial, but oh, it's like oh no, it sounds awful.
Those beams are concentrated warframe.
That really deserved that. Okay. Feels great. Feels incredible. I love hero laser beams in my mouth. You guys ever seen the laser collection? It's an oldie but goldie. Whoa, 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 okay. I didn't know we were playing Resident Evil. He does love spamming that at the end here.
The demon is grievously wounded. Strike now and end it.
Okay. Hey guys, Melt is pretty underrated on this class. I know I've said it multiple times this run. And I'll probably say it in the build guide too, but it's a pretty good gun. Especially versus Chaos and Tyranids. Like, it'll work versus both factions pretty equally.